What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of In the Wild. I'm Rayshawn, and today, obviously, we're outside the studio. We're at the core. What's the core? Well, we'll tell you in just a sec. But today, we're doing this ropes course here, some other cool stuff like a climbing tower. Very jam-packed episode for you. So I hope you're ready, Jack Nation, because this episode is all about outdoor rec, and here we go. Welcome back, Matt, to In the Wild. We're excited because today we're filming at the core. For those who are unfamiliar, do you mind explaining what the core is and how students can use it?
Yeah, so the core is the Center of Outdoor Recreation and Education. That is the name that we claim for this building. The university used to have a daycare facility for medical workers to drop off their kids. And so the daycare kind of fell through in 2019 or so. And the building just sat vacant for a couple of years. And as the outdoor rec program grew and grew, we needed a place to expand. We wanted to have a spot to where we could have a climbing tower and a challenge course. And we searched and searched for land across campus, and we couldn't find anything. And then this place came up on the radar. And so hopped on it as soon as we could. And we just kind of acquired this space and then started taking it over. And so we have turned the old daycare center into the core. In it, it's got a lot of renovations that are happening to make it not a daycare anymore, but it's turning into an outdoor rec hub for it. And this space is just somewhere where students can come in, check out all the kayaks, bikes, camping equipment, but also what we're doing here is trying to build community and build the outdoor community here at Augusta. And so we have a climbing tower, we have a challenge course, we're going to be having an indoor bouldering gym and possibly maybe like a CrossFit gym in here.
Oh, nice.
Not sure what that's going to look like. It might just be a communal space where people can come in and just hang out and study, do homework, but a sense where if you're interested in the outdoors and you have other friends that are interested in climbing, this is a space where you can come and hang out and just have a small community that's located here on Augusta.
I love that. And from having you on the show before, we kind of talked about just no budget. If you were able to do anything with your area, like you talked about having your own space, and so now you officially have it. What does that feel like to officially have the core?
It's really cool. It's surreal to be here. You know, I came into AU in 2021, and so I've only been here for 3.5, coming up on 4 years. And the outdoor rec program started in kind of a small closet, and now, 4 years later, we have our own facility. We have a challenge course and a climbing tower, and it's amazing to see. I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this program, and when the course was finally built and I went through training and I was standing up on top of the tower, it's like I was crying. I was tearing up a little bit out there because it was just so surreal to see it come to fruition finally and think, man, you asked the question, if you had no budget, what would you do? And I'm here. I'm getting to that point where the renovations are happening. We're building that community. Students are excited to come here. They're excited to be on the wall. They're excited to be on the challenge course. It's great to have our own space. Now there's the challenges in that where you feel kind of isolated, where we're off of campus just a little bit, but that's not stopping us from bringing students over here. Students are walking from the residence halls here to check out bikes and kayaks, and we have access right to the canal. So it's a great spot. It's a great location for us.
And I believe that faculty and hopefully maybe just the larger community will have access to the space too one day, right?
Yeah, so that's in the future. We're writing the policies for it to where right now it's just for AU students. They can use the equipment and the facilities, but we're wanting it to be available for AU employees, faculty, and staff to where if they want to go check out a kayak for the weekend, they don't need to go to an outfitter here in town. They could come here and check it out for a smaller fee because they are associated with the university. And then also with the challenge course, we're hoping that we're going to be able to partner with different corporations and different organizations in the city to where we can bring those groups in and do team building and challenge coursework with them.
I love some good team building, but talk talking more about the climbing tower and the challenge course, what did the planning look like to get those? Because that's a pretty big deal, especially for our campus to have that. So what does that look like?
It was, I mean, it's been 2 years in the works of basically just throwing that idea out to upper leadership and saying, I think this would be a good addition to the school. And then reaching out to different vendors, getting blueprints drawn up. And that took a year in itself to, one, find the right location, and then figure out how big can we go in the space that we have. We don't have the largest piece of land here. And so working with CDI, which is Challenge Design Innovations, was our builder that we went with. They were great to come in and look at the space that we have and see how can we maximize the space. And so the course that we ended up getting built and the final designs has, I want to say, 22 elements.
Oh, wow.
Involved into it, with a climbing tower in there, and is one of their more unique designs that they have built. And with that, it's a very dynamic course, and since that we do all kinds of different activities on this course. We have the ability to do team building and large groups where we can run groups of 10 plus through team elements. Then you have the ability to just run students through almost as an adventure park, to where they get to create their own adventure on this course, to where every time they come back, it can be something new for them.
And you mentioned that you've been able to train some students. You've gone through training for it. What has the experience been like so far with folks being able to try the climbing tower and challenge courses?
It's been a lot of fun.
Okay.
And so the training for it was intense. My training was a 4-day long training, and that is from 8 in the morning till 6 at night. And nonstop, you are in a harness, you are getting comfortable working at height. And my training was a little different than my student staff because I need to be able to operate the course, but also do some maintenance on it. And so learning those skills of just how to, rappel off of the side of a tower 40 feet in the air and tighten a bolt somewhere. That was a lot of fun. Having a rock climbing background and having that experience was fairly comfortable for me. Now, when my student staff went through, their training was 3 days long and still really intense for them. It's a lot of new things that they're learning. Not many people have a climbing background in this area. And so just working with rope and knots and trying to figure out, how do I manage all this gear that's attached to me while I'm 40 feet in the air and I'm trying to walk across this wire? It can be difficult. It can be overwhelming, but seeing the growth in my students has been amazing to watch. I've watched them just build their leadership in this tenfold.
I love that. And for those who may be curious about trying out the challenge courses and the climbing wall, but may have a fear of heights, how would you, prepare them to get outside their comfort zone to try it out?
Yeah, so with the challenge course, that's something we talk about on our ground school. Before anybody gets off the ground and starts on the first level, they have to run through ground school. And that's a time where the facilitators get to talk through every piece of equipment that the participant is wearing and is using, so they feel comfortable with it and they trust it. And that is making sure that they're operating the cables safely and basically minimizing their risk up there. Now, we talk about that comfort zone where, in a sense, we want to have 1 foot in the comfort zone and 1 foot in the stretch zone.
Okay.
And then there's this other step over here that is the panic.
Okay.
We never want them to get into their panic zone. We want them to have 1 foot in comfort and 1 foot in stretch so they can grow while they're out here on the course. There's times where students are a little scared. They're timid because they're not trusting the system completely, but we reassure them that the equipment that they're using and the cables that they're clipped to are strong enough to hold up my car and yours combined.
Oh, wow.
There's no way that something's going to snap and they're going to fall. And so that's on the facilitator side, to really walk through the course with them and ensure them that they're okay. They're going to be safe and they're going to be are right on the course, and they don't need to worry about falling off. Now, they still have it in the back of their mind that, I'm going to fall. You might fall off an element. You're only going to fall about 6 to 8 inches, and it's enough to feel that I fell, but you're going to be perfectly fine.
And well, I've done ropes courses before, climbing towers. Like I've always, not the super adventurous, but I've always been excited for stuff like that. But I know there are folks that may be like, oh, how do I get to learn, or what's the team building in this? So can you walk a little bit through of like how the team building happens if you were to go out and experience any of the courses?
Yeah, so with the team aspect of this course, we create the elements and the obstacles specifically for that group.
Okay.
And so with me and the coordinator, we meet with, let's say, the lead of that team that's coming in and figure out what are the group goals that they're wanting. What are their outcomes that they're really wanting from this? And so, in the past, I've taken the women's basketball team. Took them rock climbing a couple years ago, and their big goal was they wanted to build communication, wanted to build that camaraderie between players so they could trust each other on the court. Rock climbing is a great aspect for that because you have to trust your teammate to belay you and to coach you up the wall, and if you do fall, they're going to catch you. And so same follows on the challenge course. With the team elements, we'll take 10 participants through a team element, and everyone can walk across a cable and hang on to their what we call lobster claws or their ESBs. They can hang on to those and feel real secure and walk by themselves. Well, as a team element, you need to trust your partner. And so we encourage them as the facilitator saying, okay, no one hang on to their ESBs. You guys need to link arms. You need to trust your partner. And everyone's linked arms and then trying to walk across. And that takes away that comfort of this cable I'm holding on to. I have to trust my partner. And if that partner leans too much on me or pulls me too hard, there's that communication that has to come through that. And so we'll kind of build through every team element. That first one, we might let them talk to each other, see how the team aspect works. Then that next obstacle, we might say, okay, no one can talk. And we take away part of that, take away their communication and see how they work together. What forms of communication can they use when they can't talk? Is it patting on each other's shoulders? Is it just full on tugging them over here because I need some support? And then we debrief everything. So we'll walk through an element and then we spend 5 minutes of debriefing that and really talk through what happened, what did you see, and what do we do for the next one?
Well, I'm excited to experience it for myself, but before we switch over to that, you mentioned earlier about just how close in proximity we are to the Savannah River for kayaking as well. So what was that like when you realized how this building was situated so close to the Savannah River?
Yeah, that was a huge perk. One of our first locations we looked at was over by University Village in the large field there. And it was going to be a great location. It would have allowed us to probably have a bigger course and probably a longer zip line that we do have. But once again, we were going to be even farther away from the health science campus, and that would have made it a little difficult for people to get over there. It would have been super convenient for University Village because they could have just walked right across the dorms to us. But once we got this location and realized we have immediate access to the canal, and then working with the city and getting ability to put in a boat dock here, that opened up a whole nother range to where students can come in, maybe they don't have a vehicle, they can check out a kayak right here, we can take it up on the canal and they can paddle all the way up to Lake Olmsted and come back. We can run a shuttle to Lake Olmsted and they can float all the way to our building. They don't need to have a vehicle or anything. So that's a great addition to this location. And also having the canal trail here as well. You can hop on a bike and you can ride from here all the way to Lady A in Evans if you want to. But most people ride from here all the way to Savannah Rapids Pavilion and back. And it's a 12-mile ride. It's one of the gorgeous rides in the city.
Yeah, that was one of my first thoughts of when I found out how close we were to the river, but also, like you said, just the trail. Like, people who may not have a car can easily just find their way here and they're taken care of.
Yeah, it's easy on the bus route, so they can hop on a shuttle and they can either get dropped off at the annex or get dropped off here running the shuttle system instead of taking a longer shuttle to go out to UV or to Christenberry.
Well, thanks so much for talking to us and getting us all excited for what's to come outside with the challenge course. And for those that are watching, feel free to check out all things the core, check out their website and their Instagram, and stay tuned because we'll be right back with some more stuff.
Homecoming is a time for the student body to get together and celebrate the university while also providing new individuals a time to let their light shine bright. With the crowning of the new king, queen, duke, and duchess, every year not only do we also celebrate the reign of the last court, but also anticipate what the new court has to offer for the student body and the university.
Homecoming is hands down the best time to be a student at Augusta University. The campus is alive with energy, packed with events, tons of people, and of course my personal favorite, free food. It doesn't get better than that.
Homecoming is a time to truly experience Augusta. I'm from about 3.5 hours away from Augusta, and homecoming allowed me to meet so many amazing people. Without homecoming, I wouldn't have got to meet everyone, and I wouldn't feel at home as I do now. The whole week brings everyone together.
Honestly, my favorite memories are all about meeting new people. Deep down, I'm a pretty shy person, but homecoming has pushed me out of my comfort zone in the best way possible.
My favorite memories during homecoming week are Jaguar Mania and the fireworks show. I like to say that Jaguar Mania is a dance competition as well as a comedy show, but last year it was great being able to host it and have fun with my royal court. The fireworks show is also so beautiful, and I feel like it's a great way to start off our homecoming week. This year, I'm excited to experience homecoming as an alumni of AU. With me graduating this December, I hope that AU's experience has the same meaning post-graduation. But I'm excited to see what the new student leaders will accomplish during this week.
Hey y'all, my name's John Blaylock. I'm your 2024 Homecoming Duke, and I'm excited for homecoming, so you should be too.
Hey, I'm Addie Coker, and I'm the 2024 Homecoming Duchess. I'm ready to break it down the dance floor, so you better be too.
Hi everyone, my name is Ebony Watts, your 2024 Miss Augusta University, and I can't wait to see you at Homecoming 2025 starting on Sunday, February 16th to February 22nd. Bye!
Welcome back, y'all. And now we are at the challenge course here at the core. And I'm gonna toss it over to Matt to explain a little bit about what we're about to experience.
All right, so Rashawn, we're out here on the challenge course. This is a 3-level challenge course. There's 20 elements, 16 individuals, 4 team elements, okay? So right now we're starting at ground school, ground zero. Okay, we're gonna go through some safety, make sure that you feel comfortable traversing from element to element on the ground before we go up in the air. Okay. So just a layout of the course. We have ground zero, we have all the low rope elements. So we have about 10 different low rope elements that we can run teams through on the ground before we would traverse up onto the first level. First level is more balance based, and then our top level is gonna be more upper body strength and balance based involved, okay? Brian's gonna be our demonstrator for ground school. Okay. So with this, you are connected with the Eldred Smart Belays. We call them ESBs for short. Okay. With these are the claws that are gonna clip you into the cables. These are very smart, they talk to each other, and you can only open one at a time. So this one's open, this one will not open for your safety, okay? So Brian's clipped in with one, he'll take that other one, slide it onto the cable, and pull down. That'll lock those claws onto the cable. You can hang on to those ESBs by both strands or by the handlebar in the center. Okay, we don't want to pull them apart because we could accidentally get our head stuck through, and we don't want that. Okay, so we're always going to hang on to them together. All right, Brian's going to show you how you'll walk across the cable so you can hang on to those ESBs together, one foot in front of the other, and you'll walk across the cable. Now, while you're out there, there might come a time where you're going to fall off the element. That harness and the ESBs will hold your weight. So let's say you fell down. What we're gonna do is a self-assisted rescue. So you get your feet back on that cable, bring your seat over your feet, and use the ESBs to pull yourself up. Sound good? Once you're back up, then you can navigate all the way across.
Sounds like a plan. All right, so we are gonna go try it out. And this is first level?
First level. So we're gonna go on the first level, we're gonna do the team element, but it's only the two of us, so we're gonna go together on this one.
Okay.
So you can clip in your ESBs into this cable right here. Pull down, give them a little squeeze check, and pull, there we go. Make sure they're both locked. All right, now you're clipped in, you're able to come on out. All right, so for this element, as a team, we would walk across, maybe everybody has to link arms. We try not to hold hands because sometimes fingers can get pulled, so it'll always be like linked arms in some way. You can step on the cables, you can step on the platforms, just don't hang on to these cables, okay? You can hang on to your ESBs, but not the cables, all right?
Okay.
Some people just take a big jump and they step on out.
Oh, wow.
But it's a long jump. Okay? If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can step out onto the cables.
Yeah, I have tiny legs, or short legs, so I'm probably just gonna step.
Ready for the next step?
Yeah. So we're just walking. All right.
There you go. Try to not use that cable. Take a big step forward. There you go. All right. Ready? One big step. 1, 2, 3. All right, ready? Last one. One big step. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I don't know if my leg can go that far.
There you go. You got it. Good job. Okay.
All right, here we go, y'all.
All right. So I'm gonna clip into your belay loop right here. I'm gonna reach behind you and I'm gonna unclip your ESBs. All right, now you are completely on the True Blue Zip, okay? Remember your commands?
Yes.
All right, what are those?
Rayshawn zipping.
Very good. All right, zip clear? Clear. All right, so whenever you're ready, you can step up to the edge here. You're gonna lean forward and take one big step forward. All right, so just stick your leg out, take one big step. Step forward, lean forward, all right? You can hang on to the blue webbing here. You can hang on to your shoulder straps. You can go hands-free if you want to, all right?
All right.
Whenever you're ready. Just call out to Brian, give him those commands.
Rayshawn zipping.
Zip on, Rayshawn.
Lean forward, step forward.
Yep.
Is that what you said?
Just one big step forward. Step forward, lean forward.
This feels weird.
Just stick that leg out and take one big step. Woo! Good job. Good job, Rashawn.
All right, Matt, so we're finishing up our episode at the climbing tower. Do you mind giving us a little bit of an overview about this structure?
So we have the challenge course. We just got off of that. So now on the other side of the yard, we have a climbing tower, which is roughly 45, 50 feet tall. I think the tallest route is about 50 feet. The tower kind of maxes out at about 60, and that's gonna be the roof up top. You have 3 exterior sides and then 3 interior sides. The exterior of the tower are the easier routes. If anybody knows like the Yosemite scale, it's gonna be about 5.7 to 5.9 in scale rating of how difficult those climbs are. The inside are gonna be 5.10 plus. The inside is more difficult, more invert to where the wall kind of veers outwards.
Okay.
To where you're kind of feeling like you're climbing over an overhang or something, okay? While the outside is all straight up. Sound good?
That makes sense.
All right. We're gonna start off by getting you clipped in, okay? We have a figure 8 on a bite with a double fisherman as a finishing knot on it. This knot is rated for a lot of weight. You're perfectly safe on this, okay? With this, you see this white sheet of paper that's on the wall here? Those are your belay commands. Everything that is underlined with a question mark is your questions to me, and then I will answer. So you're gonna ask me on belay. Belay is a French word. Can't tell you what it means at the moment, but I know it's a French word. And then I will respond with belay on. Basically, you're asking me, am I secure? Everything is set up correctly for us to start climbing. When I say belay is on, then you can say climbing question mark. That's just letting me know like, hey, you're about to start climbing. Hey, are you ready to go? And I'll say, climb on, Rashawn, and then you're free to go. All right? So give me 1 second, I'm gonna get clipped in. All right, Rashawn, you can start with those commands.
All right. On belay.
Belay is on.
Climbing.
Climb on, Rashawn. There you go, reach up. There you go, good job. Good job, grab that lip. Right foot up. Up to your right knee. Good job, Rashawn, there you go. There's the ground. Hey, you made it up there. Did you feel the difference with once you rotated your knee out?
Yeah, that made a difference.
Kept your hips in close. Moved you up.
Well,
Hey,
I think we're gonna
made it to the first cross beam.
Yeah.
That was good.
I feel like if my arms and legs are a little bit longer, it would be a little bit easier of a stretch, but I'm confident that when I try it out again, I'll go further.
Yeah, and this is something that students can work on. It's not like a once, you did it once, okay, I'm done with it. They keep coming back. We've been open for a month, and so it's like, with it, students are coming in every week, and you're seeing them try it one day, and they're like, man, I almost had it. They come back again, they get a little farther and a little farther, then they move to a harder route. So we're gonna continue to change the routes on the course. So after maybe one semester, what we'll do is I'll clean the entire wall, I'll put up new routes, so then students can see something new coming in. So if they feel like they've mastered everything, I'm gonna switch it up on them, make it challenging for it.
Well, thanks, Matt, for putting up with us and letting us try out the ropes course, climbing tower. And for all of you guys, I hope you check out the core. I know I'm a little tired, so I'm gonna rest a little bit, but I'll see you guys in our next episode. Like, subscribe, do all the things, follow the core, come out here, experience this stuff for yourself. Oh, and if you like this t-shirt, check this out at
There you go.
Wrightsboro Road Walmart. They have a couple of things that you can collect if you like this design. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Go Jags.